Hi everyone, Stephanie Giannini from iVati, and it has been a while since I've uploaded on YouTube. I am back talking about leadership development, but before we get into it, first off, click that subscribe button. Please follow me on Instagram at iVati, period in between each letter, I-V-A-T-I. And please visit my website if you have any more questions, and that's at www.ivati.net. So today I wanted to talk about walking the talk. Now, we always hear actions speak louder than words. We hear it all the time. But in leadership, it really is important that your actions align with your words. If you're leading your family, you're leading your community, your friends, your significant other, but especially in the workplace where values and missions, goals and culture is so put on display and so finalized in words and statements, it is really, really important that your actions are aligning with everything you say the company is about. Now, unfortunately, it's very easy to fall into the trap of not walking the talk. Now, walking the talk is the way to get buy-in in the culture, in the beliefs of the organization, in the mission, and to change programs. As a leader, you have to be acting the way that you want everyone else to act. You have to be walking the talk. In leadership, it's often what you don't say that is more important than what you do say. I do think we very much are in a world currently where we're constantly hearing about rhetoric and words, and words do matter, do not get me wrong. They 100% matter. Communication is very important in leadership. However, your words are essentially null and void if your actions don't align with them. For example, you may say, we're a very transparent company. We're all about transparency. You have all these secret meetings that no one knows about, and granted, certain meetings have to be confidential, but then you come out with this new change program, this massive sweeping change over the organization, but nobody knows why. No one knows where it came from, but to you, we've been talking for months. Well, you said you were transparent, and yet nobody else in the organization even knows this was on the table. We're very ethical. We're very ethical and financially responsible. So you say that, and in many cases you may be. However, your organization members may see that you spend a lot of the company money on Starbucks. You spend a lot of the company money on fancy dinners that they're not a part of, just fancy dinners for you and your colleagues. They see you making frivolous purchases. They see you not spending money wisely, making risky investments. Now, your words said one thing and you hold them to that standard, but then your actions aren't doing the same. So those are just two simple examples, but there's so many other ways this could go of not walking the talk. And the unfortunate thing is, most people aren't intentionally not walking the talk. It's just that we go over our missions and our values so much that they just become second nature, but we stop thinking about them. We stop being intentional about it. And we often think that, oh, it's just a little oops. It's just a little white lie. No one's going to notice. And I can promise you, you do things enough time where your actions don't align with your words, they will notice. As a leader, when you are role modeling to others on what the behavior should be, they are going to follow suit. You know the common phrase, do as I say, not as I do. That phrase should be totally removed from any type of conversation with leadership. You have to be the do, not just the say. I know it's easy. We are human. We make mistakes. That is not to say you can't make mistakes. Organizations put these missions and values that maybe not everyone agrees with, these rules and regulations that not everyone agrees with. And although you as a leader may not agree with it, if you are telling others they have to follow, so do you, without question. Even if you wholeheartedly disagree with it, if you're going to hold other people to that standard, then you need to hold it to well. A couple other examples I can give that are just coming to the top of my head right now. You make sure everyone gives really solid reasoning for why they're taking off work. You want an explanation. You want to know when, where, how long, why, and almost make them feel guilty about it. Yet, you also said when you hired them on that we are very flexible. We're all about work-life balance. Now you sold them one thing, now you're acting another. But when you want to go on vacation, it's fine. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to explain yourself. So it's little subtle things like that that we don't realize that we may hold ourselves to a different standard than the rest of the organization. And that is where mismatch happens. That is where unethical behavior happens. That is where resentment happens from your organization, especially if the top people, the most powerful people in an organization are doing the complete opposite of what they tell people. We saw a lot of this during 2020 and a little bit of 2021, where organizations were saying one thing, forcing one thing on people, and not even organizations, world leaders as well, saying one thing and then their actions said another. Now, what does that tell people? It says that I value my comfortability. I value my pleasure. I value my values more than organizational values. But I'm expecting you to not do the same. You need to fall in line. You need to just be another number, essentially. And we are all in this together, except when it doesn't work for me. You're a role model. Walk the talk, and others will follow. Way more than what you say. What you say gets people buy-in, that gets you interested, but your actions are going to sell it. Your actions are going to seal the deal, and now the organization is all on the same page. So, once again, a little quick video about walking the talk in leadership development. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram where I'm posting funny reels, some good book recommendations as well. And don't forget to visit my website at www.ivati.net. Until next time.